Hello guys and welcome to another video. I'm so sorry I've not been posting in a while. There's been an exam at school, but we are done now and I'm ready to bring you guys another video on how to optimize Windows 10 for gaming. Alright, so this video will not only optimize Windows 10 for gaming but boost the general performance of your laptop or computer and also decrease your boot time. So before we begin, we have to create a restore point. Else if you end up making a mistake or damaging your computer, you can just go back to the point where the settings were normal before you modify them. To do that, you go to your search box, then you type create a restore point and hit enter. Alright, so when this comes, move from this tab to this tab. Now select the local disk, your main disk, select configure and make sure that this is at like 2. 2 will be okay. That's the amount that's the percent of space to take on the disk. So click apply, then close this. Now click create and type in a name for the restore point such as FBS boost restore. You can type anything like that. Then you click create, then Windows will create the restore point for you. So when it's done, just click OK. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to disable some of our startup programs because that also contributes to a mass amount of FPS loss in games. So you go to the taskbar, right click on it and click Task Manager. Now when the Task Manager pops up, what you need to do is go to Startup. Now this will be all the processes and applications which start up immediately when Windows boots. So there are some which you need, some which you don't need. The ones which you don't need, you must disable them. So if you don't disable it, it will look like this. So to disable it, you right click and click disable. So the ones which I advise you guys not to disable is one with your driver's name in it, one with Microsoft in its name, or one with Windows in its name. Do not disable those ones. Next thing to do is go to the processes tab and do the same thing. End all processes which you do not need. You do that by right clicking on the process and click enter. And the ones which you need, do not end them. And like I said, the ones which have your driver's name, Microsoft or Windows part of the name, do not delete them. So now you can close this. The next thing you need to do is go to your start button, right click and type and hit system. This is going to bring us to a window which will give us information about our machine. For example, my processor is Intel Core i7 and I have 4 GB of RAM. So here, go to Advanced System Settings and move from the Computer Name tab to the Advanced tab. So here, Performance, click Settings, go to Advanced. Now make sure this is never on background services. It should always be on programs. Click Apply. Now go to Visual Effects. This controls how practically your PC or your Windows looks like. So normally your machine is to be set to let Windows Studio best on my computer. So change this to adjust for best performance and then click apply. So now when you adjust for best performance, your Windows will not be looking too professional. So there are few things which will select in this list which will make our Windows look at least okay and not take much FPS in games. So smooth edges of screen font, use drop shadows for icon labels on the desktop, and use thumbnails instead of icons. Click apply and then click OK. You have to click OK. Alright guys, so the next thing we need to do is you have to go to your search box here and then type in game mode settings. Then hit enter. Now when this game mode window comes, game mode is an optional idea. You can test with it on to see whether it's going to give you a higher frame rate in games, or you can test with it off to see whether it will give you a higher frame rate in games. When I did the testing myself, I got a higher frame rate when it was off, so I leave it off. But who knows, it may be different on your machine. So now here, go to graphics settings. Now on this option, it's set to Microsoft Store app or desktop app. The Microsoft Store app are practically apps which came with this computer or apps which you install from Microsoft Store. And desktop app are maybe apps which you install from like the internet. So we want to add a game. So here, click browse and now look for your game location. Mine is just cost 2, so I know where it is right here. Click add. Now options, click high performance, not power saving, high performance, then click save. This is going to optimize the game for better performance. Now you can close this. Go to your search box and type system configuration and click OK. Now when this box opens, go to the boot tab Now I'm sure most of this might be ticked or even one. And take all and just select no GUI boot. This is going to prevent that blinking bar from coming whenever you are booting your computer or laptop. Now click advanced options. Now the number of processes that you have set the max amount for the boot advanced options. I have 4, so I set it to 4. Now click OK. Now this is the part where we are going to make you ADD users feel like you have an SSD. Because you know ADDs are a bit slower than SSDs. So I'm sure on your computer's adapter this will be set to like 30. Clear that and make it 10 and click apply. This is going to make your booting time way faster than before. You guys should try it and come in the comments and let me see whether it actually worked for you. So yeah, click OK and definitely restart. I've already done this, so I don't need to restart, but for you, you need to restart. So yeah, click exit to that restart because that's I've already restarted my computer and the steps have already taken place. So now this next step is for laptop users only. Click on your battery, and I'm sure on most of your computers or laptops be set to better battery or better performance. I want you to drag this bar to best performance. This is going to give you higher frame rate in games. It always works for me. And remember that this is for laptop users only. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go to our search box and then type notifications right here. Then click open. Now I'm sure on your computer this will be on and the three of this will be selected. So put this off and disable this because notifications always pop up like add up to a mass amount of frame rate loss in your games. Now let's go to focus assist. Turn focus assist off. Now make sure it's not on priority only, alarms only. Focus assist should always be off. And the next thing to do is go to the storage tab. Now the storage tab, the storage sense, I really like it on because it's like a little feature on Windows which goes around the computer scanning for files you don't need or like temporary files which you don't use. So here click configure storage sense or run it now. Now I like setting mine to every month because it's a period of time which I can recover those files which I'm not using. I think every month is very good for the storage sense to go around and delete the temporary files or files which you don't need. Now, delete files in my downloads folder if they haven't been opened for more than set this to never because you never know how long it will take you to go to your downloads folder and open a file. It could take even more than 60 days. It's happened to me before. So this should be set on never. I advise you guys to do the deleting of files in the downloads folder yourself. By the way, the downloads folder is the default folder where all files and folders you install from the internet go to. So here just go back and then click on temporary files. Now temporary files is another feature on Windows which scans the computer for all unnecessary or temporary files which you don't need or you're not using, and it's going to delete those files for you to get a better frame rate in games or boost the performance of your computer because these little files are just there doing nothing. So I'll just select all this, and as you can see my total is 16.5 megabytes. I've been doing this frequently, that's why the total seems so small, but I'm sure on your laptops and computers it will be a big size. Now for the downloads, I don't usually select this because I like to do the deleting myself. I don't want it to clear because they're my personal downloads or files and folders in that folder, so I don't really like adding it to this list. So yeah, just click remove files. Yep, and then that's pretty much it. So now you can go back and close this. And the last thing you need to do is go to your search box and type run. Now in the little dialog box, they type temp and then click OK. Now all these are temporary and unnecessary files which you don't need. So select or using Control plus A. Right, click on them and then click delete. So now delete the ones which you can. The ones which say there's an error, you can just skip them. Now close this. Go back to the search box and then type run again. And then this time type %temp% and then click OK. Again, all these are necessary files which you don't really need, so you can just select all the Control plus A and then delete them. So now the ones which you cannot delete, you can just skip them or leave them. The ones which you can, definitely delete them. Alright guys, so that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like this. I hope this helped you. Comment and let me see whether this was able to fix your boot time. That's very important. I want to see how fast your computer boots up and maybe whether you get a higher frame rate in your games. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Click on the bell icon to be notified for all my upcoming content, and I'll see you in the next video.